What's going on, everybody? It's GAMEUNBOXINGREVIEWS here, and welcome back to another LEGO DC Supervillains video. So in today's video, I'm of course going to be showing you guys how to make Blade the Vampire Hunter using the in-game customizer. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so to start off with, we're of course going to head into Appearance, Head, Head, and then Head again, and we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until we find Custom Head 9, which is of course this head right here. And for the skin tone, you're going to go with this one. Then we're going to back out of there, go into Face Decal Color, which is the color of the eyebrows and the beard, and we want to make sure that it is black. Now for the Wrinkle Decal Color, just choose this color, and then for the accessories, we're of course going to go with cool sunglasses, because you cannot make Blade without cool sunglasses. Now then, onto the body. So for the body, we're going to go with a preset body, and you're going to scroll all the way to the top until you find Arsenal's body, which is of course this one right here, and we're going to make it black. Now for the arms, we're going to go ahead and choose these arms right here, which belong to Aqualad's, and these are basically going to act as Blade's tattoos. So we're going to make sure that it matches the skin tone, because that looks very, very cool, especially during gameplay. Now for the hands, we're going to give Blade black gloves. For the hips, we're going to match it with the body, which is Arsenal's, so we're going to choose them, make them black, and then finally for the legs, you're going to go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom until you find Deathstorm's in black. Nice, looking very, very cool indeed. Now then, onto the effects. So we don't need a left hand glow, right hand glow, or a hit impact effect, but for the jump slam effects, we're going to turn that on, make sure it's style 1, and then for the color, we're of course going to make it black, so we want less of an effect as possible. Nice. Now then, onto the abilities. So we don't need to add any abilities to the tag button, but for the jump button, we're going to go to double tap X, double jump, turn that on, and we'll go with jump style 4. And we're also going to go ahead and give him the hyper jump ability as well. Now then, on tap square, we're going to leave that, but on hold square, you're going to give Blade the boomerang ability. And we're going to leave the color and the style alone, because basically the reason we've chosen this ability is so that we can throw our sword, which I'll be showing you at the end of this part of the video. Now then, finally for the abilities, we of course need to go into tap circle, go to detective mode, turn that on, and we're going to make it red. Nice. Now then, onto the skills. So to start off with, we're going to give Blade a grapple gun. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make the grapple gun black because I think that looks really cool. And then for the rope type, we're going to go ahead and choose rope type 1 in dark gray. So you can see there, that looks awesome. Now then, for the rest of the abilities, we don't need technology. Mind control, we don't need that either. Acrobat, yes. Yes to wall climbing. No telekinesis. Super strength, yes. Smash walls, yes. Beam deflect, I think that works with the sword, which I'll be showcasing in a little bit. We don't need x-ray or this. Goon command, no. Tracking, yes, we'll turn that on and we'll make it bright red because I think that looks very, very cool. You could also go dark red instead if you wanted to. We'll leave graffiti. Illumination, we'll add that. We don't need hazard protection, and we're also going to add the stealth ability as well. Nice. Now then, onto the personality. So for the health icon, I'm just going to stick with red. For the health type, I'm going to go with standard health. For the voice, just choose any male voice. For the speed, go with normal. For the target reticle, you could, if you wanted to, go with either Mercy Graves or Batman. I quite like Batman, so I'm going to go with that one. And then for the animation, just choose normal, because when you choose a weapon, it obviously overwrites that animation anyway. Right, now then, onto the weapons. So of course, for the weapon, we're going to go into swords. We're going to give Blade a katana. We're going to make sure that the sword position is just in the right hand, so you only have one weapon. And then for both weapon colors, we're going to go ahead and choose this one right here. So it's the light gray, but it's the darker one. So not this one right here. Nice. Alright, cool. So we have done the appearance, the abilities, the personality, and we've given him a katana. Now all we need to do is fill in the basic information. So for the status, we'll put hero. For the affiliation, we'll put unknown. And then for the name, we're of course just going to put Blade. Nice. Alright, cool. So now of course what we're going to do is drop Blade into the hub world and see just what he can do. And here he is! This is of course my custom made Blade made in LEGO DC Supervillains. Let's just get a good look at him right here. Now I've got to say, I absolutely love the way that this character turned out. I mean, he just looks extremely cool. You can see there we've got the black lines on the arms, which are of course meant to act as tattoos, which if you ask me, I think fits perfectly with this design. And then you've got the red outline on the body. Blade just looks so flipping cool. I am really happy with the way that he turned out. So anyway, what can he do? Well, of course, if we double jump, we can do a flip in the air like that, which is very nice. We can pick up this forklift and chuck it thanks to his super strength, which, you know, isn't something you usually see him do in the comics or the movies or anything like that. But according to the comics, Blade can lift at least 1 ton, so I think that's fairly realistic. I'm not going to have him lifting trucks or anything like that because that would just be weird. We've got close-up combat like this with the katana, which is awesome. There you go, very cool attacks there. You can also throw the katana. Let's see how many objects I can hit with this thing. Oh, is that too many? No. I like just watching the animation play out, because, you know, you can run around. I'll show you here. If you just do this, you can run around and you can still punch and stuff. But I think it's cooler if you just stand still, because he does that animation where he's waiting for the sword to come back, and I just think that is awesome. Very, very cool. He can also leave a crack in the ground like that. He's got detective mode, and of course he has the hyper jump ability. Now, what I thought would be cool for this video is if we came up with a story, and basically what I thought of is Batman has invited Blade to Gotham City because there is a vampire infestation that he wants to basically take out. So what we're going to do is we're going to use detective mode, and whoever appears bright red is a vampire. Now obviously we can't defeat the civilians, but we can at least beat them up a bit to the point where maybe, you know, they'll stop being a vampire. I don't know, I'm just making this up as I go on, but I think that would be kind of cool, you know, to basically be Blade the vampire hunter. We are looking for Blade, not looking for Blade, we are Blade. We're looking for vampires in Gotham City, so let's see what we can do here. And of course I'll talk about Blade in general, you know, how much I love the character, I always have, and you know, I can't wait to see something done with him again. Like, we haven't seen anything since Wesley Snipes. A lot of people want Wesley Snipes to return, and I think that would be pretty cool if you saw him, you know, you could have like a Kate Bishop kind of movie. I believe Blade has a daughter in the comics, and what you could do is have, you know, him pass on the mantle to her, so she becomes the new vampire hunter. You know, one more movie with Wesley Snipes. But then that begs the question, are the 3 Blade movies, you know, like the original MCU movies, are they then MCU canon? Those are the questions that would have to be answered, but I think it could be interesting. Right, anyway, let's find some vampires. So what we want to do is press circle. Now, you can see there, Blade and Batman 2, they will appear dark red, but the red that we're looking for is bright red. So we need to find some vampires. Come on, there's got to be some vampires around here somewhere. Are you a vampire? Oh, you are a vampire! Take that! Take that! Now, we're going to get the police on us, but hopefully that'll bring police vampires. That's what I'm hoping for. I'd like to try and just beat them up if they are vampires. Like, leave the civilians alone. But let's see. Oh! He's definitely a vampire. Come here, you! Yes! Take him out, Blade. That is awesome. Batman's here too. He's helping. He's helping take out these vampires. But Blade can see them. He knows where they are. Oh, there's one down there, you see? One down the street, and one just walked past me. Hey! Come here. I suggest you guys try this out. It's actually really fun. It's like I've made my own mission, in a way. Like my own little activity in the game. It's quite cool. Right, come on. Need to find some more vampires. But yeah, I think it would be cool to see Wesley Snipes reprise his role. And, I mean, I think something will get done with Blade eventually. I hope that was a vampire. I think it was. Yeah, I think something will be done with Blade eventually. I don't know when, basically. I hope it would be great if, you know, moving forward into Phase 4, perhaps Marvel could do a Marvel Knights line of Marvel Studios films. So you could have Blade, you could have Punisher, obviously with John Bernthal. You can't recast John Bernthal, he's perfect. You could have Ghost Rider. You know, we had Robbie Reyes in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was brilliant, but maybe we can have Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch in the movies. That would be interesting. I mean, Johnny Blaze was introduced in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, but I think it would be cool to see him, you know, really take center stage in a movie. Although Marvel might want to use Robbie again with Gabriel Luna, which I would totally not be against because he is awesome. Right, come on. More vampires! Where are they? Like I said, I'm not going to pick up cars, even though I can. There's a vampire down there. You see him? He's right down there. We need to get him. I was hoping for the police to come after us, though. Because they all seem to be vampires. I know it's based on, I think, villains, like enemies that will attack you or something. I'm not sure why the pedestrians are glowing red, but I think this is a fun thing to do. Ah! Vampire policeman! There we go! Ready for this? Go on, Blade. Yes! Very cool. I love that attack. Right, hey, Batman! That was my guy. I hope he was a vampire, because I didn't check that guy. Oh, well. There's nothing we can do here. Need to find more vampires. Oh, is that the vampire I've been tailing? Yes, it is. Come here. I'm just going to keep attacking them so they bring on more vampire police officers, basically. Hey! Are you? Yes, he is! He is a vampire! Take that! I'm not finished with you, vampire lady. You might be like the source of all of this. You might be the first vampire in Gotham City that caused this pandemic. This vampire infestation. Take that! and that, and that, and that. Come on. I think we've got it to the top now, the notoriety. Yep. I just love that attack, watching them like slice them up with the sword. That is just so cool. Okay, that is a lot of vampires. Now, one thing that I want to get back to is the movie side of Blade, because one of the things that I'm disappointed in is the fact that we're getting a Morbius movie, but more importantly, that Blade won't be in it, or Spider-Man for that matter, because I'm sure you guys have done the same. You know, ever since the original Spider-Man movie, we've all thought about what cool sequels they could do for all of these movies, whether it would be with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, whoever, basically. And, you know, a lot of people have said it would be cool to see Daredevil and Punisher take down Kingpin, and it absolutely would. Or Spider-Man take down Venom and Carnage, and I would love to see that someday. But one idea that I've always wanted to see on the big screen is for Spider-Man and Blade to team up to take down Morbius. I mean, can you imagine that movie? We saw it in the 90s animated series and it was awesome, but in live action it would just be so flipping cool. That's something that I've always wanted to see. It would be really cool if, like, for example, the opening credits show you Blade's origin, so we don't have to dwell on it too long, but it at least shows the audience that Morbius was the one that, you know, that bit Blade. You know, he made him who he is today. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be really interesting. I mean, there's actually a thing, I think, with the original Blade movies with Wesley Snipes. I think it might be the first movie. There is an after-credit scene that I think was deleted, and there's very low-quality footage of it online because it's not actually part of the theatrical cut. I think it's on, like, certain cuts from different countries. It's very hard to come by, actually. But basically, it teases Morbius at the end of, I think, the first Blade movie, which is really cool. Now, can you imagine if that leaded into a Spider-Man and Blade team-up movie, where Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man teams up with Wesley Snipes' Blade to take on some actor that plays Morbius? I mean, that would just be fantastic. I mean, obviously what I'm talking about is I want to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man team up with a new actor to play Blade, or Wesley Snipes if he came out of retirement, you know, as that character. I mean, that would be pretty cool. But the idea of seeing Tobey Maguire and Wesley Snipes teaming up, that would just be awesome. But unfortunately, that's probably never going to happen, whether it be with Toby or Tom or Andrew, because of the Morbius movie. But here's the thing, you know, I've made it pretty clear on this channel that I hated the Venom movie. I really wanted to like it. I was rooting for it since the very beginning. I've been looking forward to that movie for ages, and it just disappointed me. And that's annoying. When you go see a movie about one of your favorite characters, and it turns out rubbish, you know, it turns out that you just don't like it. I know a lot of people do like it, and that's awesome. I'm glad a lot of people enjoyed that film. But when I didn't like it, that was just disappointing. It's not cool. You want to like that kind of movie. Oh, more vampires. And so, you know, even though I didn't like that movie, I am looking forward to the sequel, because I think it'll be interesting with Carnage, and I want them to do different things with it. And with Morbius, you know, again, I'm not really looking forward to it. I don't like how it's not going to have Spider-Man or Blade or anything like that, because that's just not the ideal film that I wanted Morbius to make his first appearance in. But despite that, I'm going to give it a chance, because I don't think we should, you know, make judgment on a movie before we've even seen it. I really don't believe in that, personally. I feel like if you don't like the look of a movie, watch it, and then decide if you actually hate that movie. That's what I think we should all do, really. I mean, if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine, but that's just what I prefer to do. So I will be seeing Morbius. I'm not looking forward to it, but I will see it, and hopefully I'll enjoy it. Hopefully it'll open the door for some interesting things in the Sony Cinematic Universe, whatever it's called. The Sony Cinematic Universe of Marvel characters. I can't quite remember. It's something like that. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with those characters. I mean, there's been a lot of talk, like, recently, that maybe as part of the next deal after Spider-Man Far From Home, because obviously that is the last film, I believe, in Tom Holland's contract with Sony and Marvel Studios, you know, to appear in the MCU. After that, there is, you know, talk of people saying, you know, maybe as part of the next deal, Sony will be like, okay, we will do the deal, but it has to be connected to the spin-offs. You have to make them connected to the MCU. Personally, I would rather that didn't happen, because I don't really want Tom Hardy's Venom in the MCU. I just don't like that incarnation of the character. But it would be interesting to see where that would lead. You know, if we would then get to see Jared Leto's Morbius take on Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And you know, I think a lot of possibilities there would be pretty exciting, but it's also kind of worrying as well, because would Sony's Cinematic Universe potentially ruin the continuity of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I don't know. There's lots of ways they could go about doing that. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon. And as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.